Welcome to Tiny Acres Homestead. So I was thinking that I would like to start a hashtag, like not a challenge, but more like a collaboration among like-minded people. So I can't find too many recipes for complete meals in jars, and I thought, why not upload something to YouTube and have people join in, and then they can share their recipes and everybody can have all kinds of tasty meals that are heat and eat kind of deal. Today I'm going to start with something that reminds me of my grandma, which is just like green beans and potatoes and some ham. It's simple and hearty and delicious. And I'm hoping to get people to join in on this movement, in this collaboration of sorts, so that we can all collect all these tasty recipes from people who know what they're doing, people that have tried and true family recipes that they just love. And honestly, I bought the Ball book because I thought, this is going to have some recipes for meals in jars. It doesn't. It has nothing. And stuff I find on the internet, honestly, doesn't look too appealing to me. So I was hoping that everybody could join together and make some videos, share some recipes, and we could all just get together and have some fun, eat some good food. So let's get this green beans and potatoes made, and we will try to start a movement. I ended up with probably about 5 pounds of the green beans all snapped and washed and ready to go. I'm going to peel some potatoes, and I've got some ham that I had in the freezer thawing out in the microwave. I'm not sure if I'll need all 6 of these quart jars, but they'll be ready whenever I need them. And I'm sure you don't want to watch me peeling potatoes, so I'm going to go ahead and get these peeled, and then we'll cut them up and get everything portioned out and move on to the next step. We're just cutting the potatoes up in like bite-sized pieces. You don't want them too huge or they'll take up a lot of space in the jar with very little potato to show for it. And you don't want them too small because they'll kind of cook up and you won't have potato. You'll just have starchy green beans. So, got all this ham. Now this was one of those hams like you would cook for Christmas or Thanksgiving, and I had already sliced it and put it in the freezer, so I'm just gonna, the ones that are fairly good size, I'm just gonna put them in smaller pieces. And about the bottom third of my jar is gonna be a space for the ham. I mean, you could mix it up if you really wanted to, but it's just as easy to do it in layers. And it tastes the same either way. I usually would use big chunks instead of the slices, but I already had this sliced out because I had intended to thaw it out and use it for sandwiches or whatever, but we never did. So before it plans on getting freezer burnt or whatever, then I'm just going to use it. And I am going to leave the fat on here because the fat gives it flavor, and you don't want too much lean in here because ham is kind of weird whenever you can it. I don't really can just ham because I don't think I would like it, but it does give lots of flavor whenever you put it in things. and the texture really changes when it gets canned. So it's more, it ends up kind of dry. That's why you don't want huge chunks. But it still tastes good, but it's just kind of dry. And I should definitely have enough green beans and potatoes for all 6 of these jars too. So I'm going to go ahead and fill everybody up with the ham. It may not be an even third of the jar, but I want to make sure I've got enough to use for all the jars. So some of them don't have as much, but that's okay. We usually end up needing 2 quarts of anything anyways. And I could eat honestly, don't tell anybody, but I could eat a whole quart of this by myself. Because I just love it that much. It reminds me of my grandma, like I said. And we're just going to kind of evenly distribute the potatoes. I put too many in that one, but that's okay. Potatoes are yummy. Add a few more. After I get some put in all of the jars, I'll just put potatoes in evenly, so distribute these. This first jar doesn't look like it's got very many in it. I'm not sure if it does. Maybe they're all on one side. I think that's what happened. They all went to one side. Alright, now let's get the green beans in. I don't really have any specific way of doing this either, so, and all of the rims will need to be wiped because the ham did touch them all. My hands are touching them all, and my hands are a little bit greasy from the ham too. And we're just going to try to evenly distribute these, but we're not going to overfill. If I have any left over, I'll just stick them in some jars by themselves because you never have too many green beans canned. You will expect a little bit of shrinkage from your green beans as they cook. They won't be tough and stiff like raw green beans are. So they'll get a little bit more cooked, and we are going to process these for meat times since there's meat in these jars. So that's an hour and a half of cooking for quarts, and that's quite a bit longer than you would process for either the green beans or potatoes, but everything turns out great. Nothing is overly mushy or anything like that, so. hoping this quart will be a full. I don't think it will, but it'll be close. It's pretty close. It's not a full quart, but it's close enough. So as far as seasoning goes, pretty much all I add is a teaspoon of salt. You don't really want to add more than that, and if you're using salty ham, I would probably skip out on the salt until you reheat this so that you can make sure that you're not over salting. This wasn't salty ham, it was just smoked ham, so that's why I'm adding salt. Alright, and this is just onion powder. I do like an onion flavor of, I add about 1/4 of a teaspoon, which is half of one of these. So this is a half teaspoon. 1/4 of a teaspoon to each jar. There we go. And now we just need to add some water to them and we'll be ready to go. Here's what they look like before the water gets added. It's pretty, huh? All the colors and the layers. And once again, I have no idea where my ladle is, so I'm just going to carefully put this in. Try not to dump it out everywhere. And I'm going to fill these up to about an inch headspace. And then we will get these put in the canner. Okay, everybody's in there. Snug as a bug. Fit all 7 quarts, and 6 of them are the meals, and 1 of them is just a jar of green beans. And I think that is pretty good haul for the day. Let's get this lid on it. Alright, we've got, oh, that one didn't ping. This one for supper. We've got 5 sealed quarts of green beans, potatoes, and ham, and 1 quart of green beans. Now this other quart that didn't seal most likely happened because ham is really fatty. So, and it looks like it did siphon quite a bit. See, quite a bit of siphoning. It was filled up to there, so oh well, it's good to eat right now. And in order for you to join me on this collaboration of meals in jars, it's very simple. All you have to do is, in the title of your YouTube recipe video, just write hashtag meals in jars, and we will collaborate and share recipes, and it will be wonderful. So please join me, and thanks for watching.